It's on? It's really on?
It's on.
Good.
Hello?
Hello. I can't hear anything, Nicholas.
You can't hear anything?
Mm-mm.
Alright, 1 second. Stop. Yes. That's just gonna be a blank.
Like when I'm talking, I'm hearing nothing.
I probably plugged you on the wrong channel. Yep, that's what I did. Hold on. That was me. So there we go.
Ooh, I can hear. It's a little loud, but I can hear. It's actually pretty good.
Alright, so the video's still rolling.
This is a true
This is
behind the scenes, real. You get the real deal here, people.
That's front of the scenes in this scenario.
Correct.
This sucker. Alright. Attempt number dos. Spanish for 3. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We came back again.
I don't know why.
Well, we wanted our 5 followers to enjoy this week.
Yeah.
I think we're on week 4.
Week
So,
4.
Week 4, here we go.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Gets better every time.
I know, just a little bit.
In the know and 920.
We're thinking about making a jingle. Let us know. Give us some feedback on that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start out this week, Nick, with some local real estate news. And before we talk about the news, we have to do
Wow.
in new listings this week. The Kelly Davies Homes team will be listing, Nicholas.
Oh man, so we've got, well, for you, we've got 3 listings going out this week. There's that 520 Lincoln Street in Seymour.
Very cute.
We got 138 Courtney Court in Neenah.
Also very cute. Good, solid property.
Yeah. And we got W4877 Spring Hill Drive in Sherwood.
Spring Hill Drive, Sherwood. I love Sherwood.
Yeah. Beautiful place.
Tell me a little bit about that house.
So it is a 3-bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 2.5 bath with a 2-car attached garage. Mm-hmm. It's on 0.36 acres.
Mm-hmm.
Just under 1,900 square feet.
It's big.
And built in 1992.
Yeah. Big, nice, solid ranch in Sherwood.
Yeah.
They don't come up very often.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to need to get there. And if they want to book a private showing with us, they can call us at 920-791-9047.
Yeah.
Or text, or email, or Facebook message. But otherwise, what else? Is there going to be an open house?
Yeah, so we were going to do an open house. I believe we discussed doing Sunday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
10 to noon.
10 to noon.
So, not sure who's doing that yet. But
We're figuring that out, but there will be an agent from our team there hosting an open house.
that seems loud.
That really was appropriate, though.
Yeah.
It was appropriate timing for that one.
Thank you. I'm
Tori
getting better at pressing the buttons.
Tori just wanted to record a whole bunch of things, and that was one of them. So, all right, I'm glad we could throw that in there. So, everybody, check out. What is the address again?
W. 4877
48.
Spring Hill Drive.
77 Spring Hill Drive.
Sherwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out this weekend.
Love Sherwood.
I do too. It's so pretty. Now, can you tell me, for our little history lesson this week, I feel like you might have some news about Sherwood.
Yeah, so I was just going to do a little quick talk about Sherwood.
Okay.
This location on Spring Hill Drive, it's a stone's throw away from the High Cliff State Park.
Just a stone's throw.
Just a stone's throw. Depends how big the stone is, really. So yeah, High Cliff, I'm sure you're familiar with it, but
Very
there might
much.
be people out there that aren't super familiar.
Mm-hmm.
High Cliff, super beautiful. It's
Mm-hmm.
a state park, recreation area, part of the park itself is actually on the National Historic Register. Because just like we talked about last week with Doty Island, there are parts of the park that have these old effigy mounds. There's 9 of them throughout the park, and they say that they date between 1,000 and 1,500 years ago that they were built.
Wow. These are at High Cliff.
Yeah, High Cliff.
Okay.
So they say that 4 of them are roughly panther-shaped, and the largest one being 285 feet long.
Wow.
So yeah, when you think, mound, you might just be thinking something the size of a room, but really they're like the size of a football field.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Then there's 2 that are supposed to be buffalo shaped.
Okay.
2 that are just kind of cones, and 1 that's just a line.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's, so High Cliff is actually part of the Niagara Escarpment. Not to get too much into nerd terms here, but basically an escarpment is when you have sort of 2 different types of land meeting up. So there's the slow taper uphill, and then there's the sharp drop off on the ledge. And that runs basically all the way up through northern Michigan, down through Ontario, and into like northern New York. So all the way to basically Niagara Falls. And High Cliff is the highest point above sea level along that escarpment.
Is that where it got its name from?
Yeah, it's a cliff that happens to be very high.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like 890 feet above sea level, and then there's that 40-foot lookout tower.
Yeah, the lookout tower is really cool.
Yeah, it's
really
beautiful
cool.
At certain times of the year.
For sure.
All times of the year, actually.
Yeah, I know. I love it out there.
Yeah.
I've been camping there.
Ooh.
Shocking but true.
Yeah, I don't really believe that.
I'm not much of a camper, as those of you that know me know. But in my younger days, camping was more exciting, and I did it. And I just remember, my memory of it is waking up in the tent the next morning and just about dying of heat. And I don't know, it might have been like a teenager, maybe had a couple of beverages I wasn't supposed to have the night before. I don't know, it was bad.
Oh.
It was bad.
Too much sugary Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
Your tummy hurting.
Yeah. So that's my memories of High Cliff. Your information is way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
But, I love camping. It's intense.
Oh, that one never gets old.
All right, so let's move on.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that info. Okay, so now I want to talk about another little local real estate news topic here, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Wisconsin home inspectors. This is from the Post-Crescent. Just came out yesterday, I think, this article.
I believe so.
Once a staple of property sales, they're reporting roller coaster of demand. Very true, right? We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, it definitely ebbs and flows when home inspections are a thing and are not a thing. And it feels like I never quite know, up to the minute, like, are home inspections going to be a thing this week, or are they not?
Right. Well, first of all, I want to say that we here at the Kelly Davies Homes team highly advocate for buyers to get a home inspection or to have the sellers get the home pre-inspected.
We work with some great inspectors.
Highly advocate it. We work with amazing inspectors. If you guys are ever looking for inspector recommendations, we can give you, a few great ones. But absolutely, get your home inspected, right? But we also have a responsibility to share what the market is doing.
Yeah.
And what a lot of buyers are doing. And unfortunately, because it's been a competitive market, there are buyers that have been foregoing doing the home inspection.
Yeah, and for some people that can be a tough hurdle to get over, in the home buying process, especially a lot of first-time buyers.
Right.
And those are the people who really are most unsure of the houses that they're buying too, because they end up being in a situation where maybe after a couple rejected offers where they're competing against 10 other people, they're like, darn it, I'm done with looking at houses, let's just get it over with.
Right.
Take my first child, or whatever.
Right, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I get it, and it's a tough one, but I've said to you several times in the last probably 2 years, I'm like, wow, home inspectors in general right now must be kind of antsy, looking for a little work, because in the past, I feel like I've talked to home inspectors that they were doing 3 home inspections a day, 5 days a week.
Yep.
And that just has not been has not been the case.
No.
I think buyers need to protect themselves. I think that, if nothing else, bare minimum, make sure that you're working with us. No,
Yeah.
or just your trusted agent. Truly, we are not home inspectors. We do not have that knowledge, but we've seen thousands of houses, and we can share with you some insight. If you choose to work with us and have us represent you as a buyer's agent, we can share some insight as to overall things that we're seeing about the property. Also, consider bringing along a trusted parent. We love our parents, or friend, or just family member, whatever, to get a really, really good look at things. If you are going to opt to forego it, but we certainly recommend it.
I think one thing that stood out to me the most in that article, they threw out a number, and I think that they said from 2021 to 2022, the number of licensed home inspectors in Wisconsin went from like 820 or something down to like 560. So it was something like almost a third of home inspectors ended up not renewing their license in 2022.
Exactly.
And they,
they
moved to other industries.
Yep, that's exactly what this says. It also says Jeff Whitbick, actually one of our trusted home inspectors. Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, we work with Jeff quite often.
Jeff said in this article that his annual workload peaked at 590 inspections in 2021 and slowed to 306 in 2022 and 124 in 2023.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking that because it used to be, back in like 2019, I probably saw each of the main couple home inspectors that we work with, I probably saw each of them like once a week. I probably went to like 2 or 3 home inspections a week back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to one every 4 months or so.
I know. One thing, instead of waiving a home inspection, and it talks about this a little bit in this article, that we've seen and encouraged some buyers to do is do the home inspection, but offer a certain dollar amount towards repairs. And it doesn't mean that you have to then do those repairs, prior to closing, should there be repairs to do. It just means you're telling the sellers, you know what, the first $2,000 or $3,000 in defects, or whatever amount, right?
Yeah.
Whatever amount you choose, we are not going to ask you to do anything about. You're kind of assuring the sellers you're not going to nitpick over the smaller things, but it still allows you to have that home inspection, and it allows you to ask for something if something bigger or bigger things, should arise.
Right. Yeah, because you get the people that sometimes they're like, yeah, I know that this place, it might be a bit of a dud, but I just want to know how big of a dud it's going to end up being.
Right.
So they just want to be sure.
Exactly. There's a lot of people that just want to know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
They still want to buy the home, but they just want to know what they're getting into. So I hope to see a return on more home inspections. I really do.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
It would really help if they could stop ranking Appleton in like the top places to live in the U.S. so people stop moving here, but I don't think that's going to happen.
And if we had higher inventory, inventory is getting better as we head into spring. I want to, be positive about that.
Yeah.
But again, we still have a shortage of inventory overall for the amount of buyers that there are in the market. So that's where, it's still competitive.
Yeah. But hey, we're still making it work.
We're making it work, getting by, right? Okay, so that is what I've got for local real estate news. Now I want to just talk about some local news, okay? In local news, I just love saying it like that. So there's an article that came out yesterday, again from the Post-Crescent, that's just talking about Fox City businesses, and that they're really optimistic about 2024. Okay. So they found that a lot of businesses are really excited still about doing business here in the Fox Cities.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're excited about the quality of work that they can do. The supply chain is really good. The talent pool, the work ethic, all of it is really positive. And as you just mentioned, there's a lot of people moving here from other parts of the country to work.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is awesome. So most businesses in the Fox Cities reported gross sales and profits in 2023 that were the same or better than 2022. So that's really positive.
It's always a good thing.
Great outlook. Yes, exactly. And roughly 60% of businesses that were interviewed reported that, well, their outlook is, that this year is going to be better even than 2023. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really great. I know our sales continue to climb a little bit each year.
Yeah.
So for all of the negatives that you hear, about the doom and gloom about the economy and things like that, I think there's actually a lot of really positive things going on. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they actually said in this article that getting talent, while they have good talent, it's still hard to find new talent. So there's people moving here, but it sounds like we need more people. We need more. Get them here.
Yeah.
And then we need more houses for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's the thing. We need places for people to live so they can be here.
I know. So call us, though. We'll find you a place. All right. So then we have this cute new little place in Appleton that just opened. It looks just adorable.
Does it have a name?
It sure does. The name, its owners opened the Coop in Appleton to help fellow food entrepreneurs take flight.
It's called the Coop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So this really great couple, Alyssa and Austin, they opened their own business, Little Birdie's Treats and Coffee, which is up and running. Now they want to help others. So their latest venture is called the Coop.
Oh.
They're calling it a community shared kitchen.
Huh.
So a lot of people call them like ghost kitchens. So have you ever gone on to DoorDash or like any of the food delivery services?
Yes.
And yes, we can confirm that we have frequent flyer. They'll have like all of a sudden like these little pop-up restaurants that you're like, what is that? I've never heard of them before, right?
Right.
And they're here in the Fox Cities. So those are like little ghost kitchens that are set up.
Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool, huh? So the name, the Coop, actually plays on the hen house or incubator idea of the ghost kitchen, okay? So it's opening, today, actually. And this is located at 400 North Richmond, Suite G.
Oh.
Grand opening is scheduled for April 6th.
Okay.
So it's 1,900 square feet. It's great for people interested in starting a catering business, food truck, or other similar project. They can work together. It features 6 prep tables, a 60-inch range with gas oven, 30-quart mixer, bread oven, the list goes on and on. So there's a lot of really cool things that are happening there. And I just think that that's really, really awesome because it gives people that maybe cannot set up a full, restaurant the opportunity to still go in and do what they love, make what they love, sell what they love, all of the things.
So how are they making money on this? Is it like you rent time there or?
Well, that's a wonderful question.
So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it as like, it seems like a really cool service, but it's got to cost something.
Well, I'm guessing that what happens here is that yes, if I let's just say that I was good at baking.
I will not say that. No.
Yeah, but let's just pretend for a second that I was, and I wanted to go to the Coop and rent some space.
Yes.
Yes, I believe that the owners would make money off of me renting a portion of their space.
Okay.
But it would still be more economical than me having to go and open up my own bakery, right? Which again, that won't be happening for me personally because no one wants to eat that stuff. But I think that it can be really cool for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
It's becoming more and more of a thing in bigger cities. Things don't always get to us, as quickly, but it's coming.
Well, it sounds like the kitchen version of like a maker space, like where people have like a workshop or like 3D printers.
Yes.
Or whatever they let other people use.
Exactly. Yep. So they've been getting it ready. They added an espresso cart for Little Birdie's customers to visit during open hours. It says they won't have seating, but people will be able to come and grab coffee and bakery items. And then, obviously there'll be a lot of other offerings there as well. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Richmond Street in Appleton. Pretty fun. All right. So, enough about that. Now I've got some national news.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Are you gonna hit the button?
I sure am. In national news, it's just, I don't know. I'm always going to love that. All right. Basically, this article, this is not the title of the article, but it was in the article, and I thought it was catchy, is if it's Boeing, I ain't going.
Oh.
Okay.
So we're talking about Boeing airplanes?
We sure are.
Oh, okay.
All right. So there's a new article out that there's several people that are deboarding certain flights before they actually take off.
Why?
When they realize that their Boeing, I guess especially the 737 Maxes, they've been having some issues.
Oh.
And so, like, this one guy says he got to the airport, he checked again that it wasn't a Max. He got through security, got coffee, said he walked on the plane. And then he said, I sat down, and on the emergency card in the pocket seat, it said it was a Max. So he got up and walked off. And the flight attendant was like, excuse me, sir, where are you going? And he's like, I'm not flying on this plane. There's been a few crashes. There's been a few issues.
I mean, statistically, there do end up being a few crashes.
Well, 100%.
All the time.
But if you think about the amount of flights that go out every single day, right?
Yes.
So apparently there was a model, the Max 8, that there was 2 fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019, which is very awful, right? And then there's been some more since then. And so people are just really kind of getting really leery about flying in these Boeing Max planes. I have nothing bad personally. We don't have anything bad to say about them. It's just an article that I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Mostly because, you know me, I am a great flyer.
Yeah, and I can confirm that is 100% the truth. I'm not lying. You do not hate flying at all.
Flying is literally like, I don't even know what to compare it to for me. Maybe the equivalent of someone else having like open heart surgery.
The equivalent of somebody else having open heart surgery.
Well, I'm saying like open heart surgery would be something that a lot of people would probably not be super excited about. Right?
Yeah.
It's not like, today's the day. I get
But
to
like,
go.
is this a person that you know who is having open heart surgery?
No. I'm just saying in general, I feel like that's something that people would not be super excited about, right?
Oh.
Most people, I feel like, at least they don't say it. I want to know who out there is terrified of flying as much as I am, because I am terrified of flying. So that's what I'm saying, like, most people wouldn't get that worked up about flying. They would get more worked up about open heart surgery, maybe brain surgery, lots of surgeries.
Yeah. No, you are the type of person who is so scared of flying.
Yes.
Like, if you just woke up on a plane one day,
it would be good.
I feel like you would just run to the emergency exit just to get to the ground fast.
Like, I have to white knuckle it the whole way, and I try to act like when I first get on. I like try to act, all cool, calm, and collected, especially if my kids are with us, because I don't want to like pass this terrible thing on to them.
Yeah.
But I definitely have to take anxiety meds. I'm not gonna lie about that. Shout out to the anxiety meds.
Woo.
But it's literally the entire time it's extremely uncomfortable for me. And what really gets me is people say, like, is it the takeoff? Is it the landing? Is it the in-between? And I'm like, it's just the whole thing. It's just the whole thing.
Well, there's always the option to just take a Greyhound. Little pun there.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. But yeah, no, it's just never been something that I've loved. And then, funny little story.
Okay.
So we were flying back from a trip that we took to Charleston a couple of years ago. I love Charleston, as you know.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite places in the U.S. And so pretty short flight, not long, right? But we get up in the air. Things are going pretty well, except I'm sorry, not the flight attendant. The captain came on before we even took off and said, just to let you guys know, there's probably going to be a little bit of a rough flight. We've got a lot of weather today. They just call it weather, right? Okay. And I'm like, I look at Bill, my husband, and he knows, because he knows how much I'm just terrified. And I'm like, oh, great. This is going to be awful.
Yeah.
And so we get up in the air. It's going along pretty well. And then all of a sudden there's, some turbulence. Now, in my mind, this turbulence is like, we're dying. We're definitely, the plane is going down, which I know everybody's going to say turbulence does not equal a plane going down.
Yeah. I
get that, but it's uncomfortable knowing that I'm 30,000 feet up in the air, and the thing that I'm in is kind of, there's nothing like holding it, there's nothing like when you're in a car, and people will say, well, there's a lot more car accidents. Sure, but you can survive a car accident. The chances of surviving a plane crash, not very good. So anyways, we're on this flight, and I'm thinking it's like terrible turbulence, and the captain comes on and he goes, he's sorry, we're just experiencing a little bit of mild turbulence here. And I was like, well, if this is mild, I don't even want to know what is worse than this, right? Yeah. And I get myself so worked up, and it got to the point, not gonna lie, I might have had a couple of tears. I was like in my seat, like hovering, like holding Bill's hand, and we were sitting up in the front, mostly because I need to sit as close to where the flight attendants are as possible. That's one strategy that I've done to sort of eliminate a little bit of my anxiety, because I look at them then and I feel like as long as they're not freaking, I don't need to freak, right?
Yeah.
But it only helps to a certain point, and then I still freak. So this very nice flight attendant, she looks at me and she's like, you're so brave. I was like, not really. And then she offered me.
You're like, thanks. It's my 7th birthday.
They weren't handing out drinks because of the turbulence, so they weren't coming around with the beverage cart.
Sure.
But she looks at me and she goes, "Can I get you something to drink?" And I'm pretty sure she wanted to offer me a water, because I was crying, and just offer somebody a water and a tissue, right?
Yeah.
And I look at her and I'm like, "Yes, I'll have a Bloody Mary, please." She gave it to me. And you know what?
That was nice of her.
It helped.
Was it spicy?
Yeah.
Good.
It was really good, and it helped. So yeah, let me know. Comment on our YouTube page if you are a terrified flyer, and if you've done anything that's actually helped to get you out of that. Do you have any tricks? I mean, you fly a lot, Nick.
My trick is I just don't really care.
Okay. Wow.
No, I basically sit down on the plane, and I've had times where on a 4-hour flight, I just stare straight ahead of me. No book.
The whole time?
No movie.
Are you serious?
I stare straight ahead.
And do what?
I wait to land.
I mean, I get that. We're all waiting to land, but how could you for 4 hours? Is there a lot of thoughts going through your brain?
No. It's pretty much like being asleep. I sit there and I just look, and eventually the plane gets there and get off the plane.
And then you're good.
Yeah.
It never bothers you. You don't get scared about turbulence. You're not like, oh.
No.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Well, for those of you that have those experiences and feel that way, please let me know what you've done, because it's honestly something I would really love to get over. But yeah, I just think it's interesting that people are literally getting off of planes, just getting up, walking off, not doing it, not today.
They obviously don't have anywhere important to be.
It must not be that important, right? I guess. You, on the other hand, you're like, well, I'm going no matter what. I don't care the outcome.
I was like, yeah, I paid for it. I'm going to sit down and be on the plane. Because, there's all sorts of weird things, they'll refund you a ticket for stuff. But,
sure.
I feel like at the point where you've boarded the plane,
right,
like, I don't feel like you really get a refund or anything at that point.
I don't think you do.
I don't think they like put you on the next flight.
Right. And honestly, I didn't know that. I mean, I literally thought that like once you were in your seat, even if the door was still open, I literally thought you're in. You're done. Like,
Yeah, I think it's once the door is sealed.
I figured
That's-
like if I got up and said, "Hey, I want to leave," like someone's gonna come and tackle me down, maybe arrest me or something. Remember that one lady that like caused a huge giant stir? It was like this went viral because she freaked out about this guy that was sitting next to her on the plane. Got up, the door had already been shut, and she started yelling, and she's like, "Let me off!"
Yeah.
She thought he was like gonna do something crazy. She wanted out.
Yeah. I think it's like once the door is shut, the only people that can take you off are the police. So.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Don't need that at all. All right, well, like I said, let me know. All right, so next we have some loyal listener questions that have come in.
From some of our loyal listeners that have listened to all 3 of our past episodes now.
And are giant fans. Okay, so first question, I'm going to ask you this one.
Okay.
What is your favorite style of house?
Ooh, my favorite style of house. You see, there are a lot of different ones.
Okay.
Part of me just loves the character of old houses from like the very late 1800s, early 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for myself to live in though, I'm more of a ranch kind of guy. Just easier maintenance. You typically have, a larger footprint, at least on the main level, and a larger basement. I don't know. I just feel like from the standpoint of taking care of a house, probably a ranch for me.
Okay, I got you.
How are you feeling about that?
Well, I live in a ranch,
Okay.
but it's definitely not my preference.
Oh.
You know how it's kind of one of those things where you don't always know what you want with a home until you actually own a home.
Yeah.
Right? You live in it and then you're like, okay, next time around I would do this differently.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things I love about the ranch. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Good footprint, nice big basement because it's a ranch, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I, though, would really enjoy a 2-story.
Okay.
I personally really like, and I know this is going to sound weird to you, but I really like colonial homes. I like the big 2 stories, kind of look like a big box, a lot of windows in the front. What I really like about them is I like that they have a lot of rooms.
I was gonna say,
I'm a room person.
I can see you living in the McAllister house from Home Alone.
Yes, Home Alone house all day long. All day long. I'll be there.
I was imagining that.
Yeah.
As your answer.
That's, or Father of the Bride house.
Oh, okay.
Similar.
I don't know that movie at all.
Okay, well, you need to watch it. I've told you that before. So we're gonna do a book report on that next week. But no, for real, I like having rooms. I like having like a dining room. I like a kitchen. I like having separations. And I know nowadays so much of new construction is very open concept, and that's wonderful, and a lot of people really enjoy that, but it's just not my fave.
Oh, okay.
You know, I like rooms. The other thing I love, I would agree with you, is the old homes that have been nicely renovated, character homes.
Yeah.
My fave, absolute fave. Okay. Next question. We're going to do 2 questions today, and then we're going to do the rest next week, okay?
Ooh, fun.
So keep tuning in.
And keep sending those great questions, listeners.
Yes, we love our fans. How many years have you been in real estate?
Oh, how many years have I been in real estate?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I got my license in 2018.
Okay.
I kind of started working for you doing like assistant stuff even before that, like right at the end of 2017.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, so I mean I've got like 5 years plus, I don't know.
You've got some years on
Somewhere
here.
around there.
Yeah.
5 years.
And this guy knows more about real estate than anyone, I swear. I don't know if he at some point surpassed me. You're kind of a Rain Man in that way. You know your facts really well.
I wouldn't say more than anyone.
Well, maybe not anyone, but
there's
me.
Brandon. Like,
Okay,
Brandon
Landro, shout out, and Jennifer.
Yeah.
You know, they obviously, not anyone.
We'll have to try to
Really
get Brandon
me.
on the podcast sometime.
Me is more what I was saying.
I'm gonna pull some strings.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pull some big time strings, but I think we're gonna maybe get Mr. Landro here next week.
Oh, okay.
So tune in.
Tune in.
Okay, and do you want to know how long I've been in real estate?
I do want to know how long
I
you've
bet
been
you
in
do.
real estate.
I bet you do. I've been in real estate for, well, my whole career has basically been real estate, but residential real estate, 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's been a great ride. Started out on my own, and then I walked uphill one way with one shoe.
Yeah.
In the snow.
You were an abandoned orphan out in the cold, and then Brandon Landro opened his door and said,
Come in.
"Come on in for some porridge."
And look at me, here I am today
Yeah.
with a team of 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. No, but I really do. I do love coming here every day. I really do.
Cool.
All right, so that's that, and we don't want to bore you to death for any longer. We're not doing our tasty treats segment anymore. You know, this is an evolving podcast.
It is.
We just felt like no one wants to hear us eat.
No. There is a subsection of that on the internet, and
Right.
that's usually a bit more
You
dedicated.
can go you can go somewhere else for that, but yeah, we're not going to do it here anymore.
Yeah.
But I still think, sometimes we will highlight like really good local restaurants, that kind of thing. Absolutely. So we love highlighting local businesses. All right, weekend events. Are you ready?
Aye, Captain.
Okay. Friday. My kids are interested in this. 6 to 8 p.m. At the YMCA right over here, the Heart of the Valley YMCA, right by us here in Kimberly. Youth night.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's youth night. I think it's from 6 to 8 p.m. Friday.
Yeah.
Kids can go.
Team nights there.
Kids can. It says music, basketball, swimming. Well, dependent upon lifeguard availability.
Yep.
Okay. Games, arts and crafts, and more.
Cool.
Pre-registration is required, so I think you would just want to go onto the YMCA website. YMCA.
Yeah.
Sorry, website, not the YMC. The YMCA, and then you can register.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, Friday at 7:30, Adam Pascal is performing at the PAC downtown.
Oh, what
Seems
kind of
like-
performance is that?
Seems like he's a pretty popular singer.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, when I looked at this event, a lot of people indicated that they were going.
Oh.
So he's
That's always an interesting metric on Facebook.
not
is
someone
the-
that I'm familiar with, but it says, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Intimate evening of soul-stirring melodies in his acoustic concert.
Oh.
He's by the way, Tony nominated for Rent.
Really?
He was in Rent. Yep.
Who's Tony?
He was in
Just
Aida,
kidding.
the musical. Wow, he's been in a lot. Chicago, Memphis.
Wow.
Okay, so he's obviously very good. So check out the PAC website if you want to go check him out on Friday night at 7:30. Okay?
Yeah.
Saturday morning, I think I'll see you at this one, Nick, 9 a.m. 9 to 11 at Blue Balls Nature Preserve.
Ooh, okay.
Sap
We love bubbles.
to syrup.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of cute? I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Just join us for a morning hike as we explore maple syrup season in Wisconsin. Families will get a chance to see the process from start to finish, including tapping a tree.
Oh,
As
beautiful.
long as the sap is running, it says.
Yeah. Well, and that's very dependent on the weather.
Right. Cooking and sampling the finished product over ice cream. I'll be there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Syrup on ice cream? You know what? I don't think I typically do syrup on ice cream. That sounds
Really?
good though.
Yeah, it's really good. This is like a new thing for you.
Yeah.
Nick just discovered
I
a whole new world.
I'm just learning of this.
It does say, I want to be fully disclosed on this. This event is not to be confused with Maple Syrup Saturday, which is March 23rd. Okay?
Oh.
This
And
is sap to syrup.
it's nowhere near Flapjack Fridays.
This is sap to syrup. Okay? This Saturday, Blue Balls says non-members. Oh, I didn't know you could have a membership there. Cool. I'm learning all kinds of things through this podcast.
Yeah, I didn't. What is there to be a member of? I guess.
I'm not really sure.
Huh. Okay. I'll have to look into
Someone
that.
from Blue Balls, please comment. Non-member, $25. Member, $20. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. It's also Saturday from 5 to 11 p.m. Vintage in the Valley going on at the Fox Cities Exhibition Center.
Ooh, what's that about?
Yeah. So listen to this. Fun, inspiring, memorable evening, including a champagne reception. You might enjoy that. Followed by an elegant 4-course dinner paired with premium wines. Enjoy entertainment and hear stories from youth supported by the club and learn more about how we're doing whatever it takes to help kids unlock their full potential. So this is being put on by the Boys and Girls Club of the Fox Valley.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Those boys and girls, they work so hard.
They sure do. But Vintage in the Valley, I think that's really cool. We are going to, I decided that we are going to start posting every Friday on our Facebook page, as well as the Moving to the Appleton Area Facebook group that we run, the rundown of the events that we've talked about for the week.
Okay.
So we'll have all of this on there, and we'll have the link to where people can go to get tickets as well.
Fantastic.
By Friday, okay? Saturday, 9 to 9:45. Ooh, Nick, I think this might be one you're going to roll out of bed for.
9 to 9:45. That's a short window.
Yoga story time.
Ooh.
At the Kaukauna Public Library.
Oh.
You know what, though? Honestly, it's really fun for parents and their kids. It says best for ages 1 to 5.
Okay.
So unless you find a child to bring with you, I guess maybe you're
So when they say story time, that's
it's really a story
that's
time.
the emphasis.
Exactly, emphasis on that. Saturday at 1 o'clock. This looks like fun. St. Patrick's Day cookie decorating class.
Ooh, and we've got that coming up.
Yeah, I know. Alyssa, Kate, and Company is where this is happening, which is located at 124 Main Street in Menasha. It says you can call 920-486-1014 or register on their website. No, I'm sorry, via email. AlyssaKateCO@gmail.com. AlyssaKateCO@gmail.com.
Just some St. Patty's cookies.
Yes.
And the sort.
You get to go decorate and make your own cookies.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I love cookies.
Me too. Kind of sounded like the Cookie Monster there a little bit.
We love cookie.
Now we're on to Sunday. Sunday, 10 to 3, Comic Verse Comic Convention and Toy Show.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound kind of fun?
Yeah.
It's at Lucky Dogs. Lucky Dogs is located at 157 South Green Bay Road in Neenah.
Cool.
I know, that sounds like pretty cool. And a lot of people, again, indicated that they were going to be going to this. It says, come check out multiple comic and toy vendors for great deals on gold and silver, bronze, and modern age comics. Also toys, video games, systems, unique art, and more. It's $3 admission. Kids 12 and under get in free. And again, that's Sunday from 10 to 3 at Lucky Dogs in Neenah.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. And lastly, Sunday at 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., Spring Craft Show at the Oshkosh Convention Center.
Ooh.
That looks like it's going to be really nice.
It's a beautiful location, right on the river.
For sure.
Really pretty.
Very pretty. And who doesn't love a good craft show, right?
You gotta love crafts. You get to support small, local
Absolutely.
business,
People's talents,
entrepreneurs.
for sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll see you at some of those events this weekend, and hopefully we'll see some of you all.
Yeah, you who I'm staring at directly right now.
We want to see you.
I want to see you.
We want to
there.
see you. All right. Well, anything else you wanted to add, Nick?
No, that's pretty much it from me.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And we'll come back and do this next week, and we're going to try to get Brandon Landreau here.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. For all of them.
Clear.